Hey everybody, Preston Brent here with our Trader User Group Weekly Roundup. This is for a week ending June 13th, 2014. Next week's going to be triple witching. So we've got monthly options expiring, quarterlies expiring, futures expiring. Uh, Traditionally in these weeks, we generally have a bullish grind higher, more so towards the end of the week. But let's just see if history holds true for this week. Last week we finished down just a little bit, not much. What I've got on the screen here is a daily chart of the E-mini S&P 500 futures. Let's zoom in a little bit just so that you can see what I have going on here. I got a lot of lines on here, so let me just see if I can't add a little bit of sense to it for you guys out there. What we're going to do is just zoom in a little bit. The first thing I want you to notice here is that I put a very tight channel in here. You can see it's almost like a, what was a bull flag, which traditionally would break to the upside, but we had this key break here. We broke down, and we came right down to a key fib level here. This is an extension off of this prior pivot high here and then a pivot low somewhere down in that area down there. But you can see this fib extension here, 1927.80. We kind of stuck at this level. It was over here a little bit of a difficult level to bypass, but when we did it in one day, and then we just quickly came up, formed this bear flag like this. And again, as I said, traditionally you break out to the upside, but that's what the odds favor. But we broke down to the downside, and now we're sitting here right now. So where are we gonna go to from here? Well, really hard to tell. But a couple of key levels that our members have been watching this week. Uh, we're looking at the 1914 area, of course, 1927 and 1938. So really the 1927 is just about where we closed. We closed at 1927.50. This key fib level is 1927.80. So we just about closed right on it. Now for our members, when we were up in this area here, I said the odds are going to favor a pullback probably to 1938 first, and then that probably will not hold and will come down to 1927. You can see it held one day, couldn't quite make it, and by the second day we came right up, and this is kind of where we've sat for the Thursday and Friday of this past week. So this is kind of where we're sitting right now. The momentum is clearly to the upside if you take a step back. Near term, yeah, we've had a little bit of a profit taking, but I don't think it's going to be very dramatic. We have not had a dramatic increase in volatility. Volatility is still very low. I mean, if we look at the VIX and where the VIX closed on Friday, it closed at 12.18. In fact, Friday it was down 38 cents. So this is kind of where I think we're sitting here. I think through this next week, assuming we don't have any geopolitical news coming out of Iraq with all the problems going out there, I think the odds are for us to kind of retrace back up, maybe hold up at the 1938 or 1948 level. I mean, these are the areas that I'm looking at right now. We had a little bit of a pullback here, but it was not much. In the scheme of things, this wasn't even a drop in the bucket. You can see down here we got a lot of resistance down here. We got the 50 EMA. We got a prior high. We got this upsloping trend line. So, if we do get a more dramatic pullback right around this 1900 area, and then give or take maybe 7 points, 10 points to the downside down to about 1880, that is a solid area for us. Okay, that's a very solid area for us. Should we get down there, I think we'll see a lot of buyers step in and push this higher. But we could stay in a low vol environment next week and just slowly grind and be more in a consolidation mode. So I'm not expecting too much price action wise. Volatility, we're in the summer months, so understand that. It's going to be light volume. The other thing I want you guys to pay attention to, we've been watching very closely, is the Russell. The Russell, as you know, has gotten out of this downsloping regression channel, which I've been talking about every week for a while. We finally broke out, and we were making higher lows and higher highs, which is what I want to see. So this is going to be a key pivot for us right here, right around 11.18. We do not want to take that out. That's a key pivot. So if we can come down and do one of these kind of things like that and come up and make our higher high, that's okay. So that would suggest we're at 11.56 right now, roughly. Okay, that would suggest that we can withstand a pretty good little drop in the rut and still maintain this upward channel here that we're trying to establish here with the Russell. The Russell has not taken out prior highs like we have in NASDAQ, like we have in the Dow, and like we have in the S&P 500. So the rut is really falling behind. Now, one of two things is going to happen. The rut is going to catch up, and we're going to get up in this level very quickly, or the rut is going to consolidate and then fall back down, and then that's going to bring all the other markets with us. I can't tell you what it's going to do right now, but what I can do is tell you to watch this area right here. That's a key pivot. So if you were to go on your screen and just put in here 11.18, we take out that key pivot there. That's not good, folks. Then the next key pivot, of course, is this 1078 number down here in this shaded zone down here. I call our quicksand or our muck. So this is a key pivot right here, folks. I don't think we're going to take it out. Notice the 50 EMA is sitting here. It's got an upward bias to it. 200 EMA has got a little slight upward vector to it. So, this is going to serve as the first line of support right here, which is around 1141.10. It's a natural price level. The 50 EMA is going to be sitting right on it in a couple of days. So that's kind of where this 1141 is going to serve as a really good resistance level. If we bust this, we're coming down here very quick. That's my take. Okay, I think we may hold and then grind a little bit higher, but let's watch the price action and see. If we don't get any bad news out of Iraq and things calm down, then I think you'll see a grind higher next week with the vol the way it acted on Friday of this past week. And then of course, if we look at the Nasdaq's been very strong. I mean, you can see here with the Nasdaq, just like the Russell, we were in this downsloping regression channel. We stayed in this thing for quite some time, and then we slowly started making higher lows, right? And we were making higher highs, just like this. And that's the natural definition of a trend. Higher lows, higher highs, or in this particular case, lower lows and lower highs. So we had this one area here, this little box where we kind of reversed our trend and we rolled up. This is what the Russell is trying to do. NASDAQ did it and did it very smartly, and as soon as it started establishing this, you can see how fast it run and took out its prior high. That's what's going to happen at the rut if we can take out those key levels and move higher. If we can, it's going to roll over. This will continue down. A little bit of a profit taking right here. We had 3806.50 in the NASDAQ futures on Thursday, which was a high for us. But now we're kind of come down. We may test that 50 EMA. We got a little bit of a minor support here at 37.20 roughly. But I don't think we're going to have too much downside action as long as we don't get any negative news out of Iraq. We're running a number of trades now. We're year to date, our tug portfolio is up 89% annually. And we're doing very well in a lot of the trades that we're taking. One of the things that we've been watching very closely is treasuries, of course. And if we look at bonds, you can see right here with bonds, I've been saying this, for quite some time. The bonds are going to reestablish themselves back in this area right here. This shaded area. I just don't see bonds staying up north of that very long. When we got right up in that area there, again, I was saying, even in this area here, I was saying, hey, these things need to be shorted. Now we're sitting right on that northern boundary, just slightly above the northern boundary. We may have a little bit of a run up. The Elliott wave count is suggesting that. If that's the case, that's not going to bode well for the equity market. But it's going to be a short run before we roll back over and then end up somewhere in here are here in the bonds. That's my view with the bond market longer term, 2014, 2015. We had a pretty good little down day over the couple of days because of the Bank of England over in the UK with Carney coming out and saying they may have to raise their rates a little bit sooner. And that was good news for us because we've been long the pound. I've been talking the pound for quite some time. That was really a good trade for us. It's been a good trade, the British pound. The other one that's been good for us, the euro. We played the euro to the downside. You know, these are trades that I love to take. And you can see this trade here with the euro. Boy, it started rolling and poof, off it came. We had some of our indicators trigger for us. You members, you know what they are. And I've been calling them out leading up to the trade, and then boom, the trade goes, and it was a home run for us. For those of you that are not members and would like to come on in and sign up, we added a monthly membership option for you. I'd highly encourage you to take it. Come on in, give us a shot. A lot of people have done that, and a lot of you have already upgraded from monthly to annual. So, and I'll give you credit for the monthly membership if you upgrade to annual. I'll double your credit. So it's a pretty good deal. Don't know how long it's going to stay there, that offer, but it's there now. I'd take advantage of it. You can make some good money in our group if you're a smart trader and you know, just kind of follow along with some of the things that we're doing. All right, everybody, I hope you have a great weekend. Happy Father's Day to all you dads out there for tomorrow. Certainly here in the U.S., I think it's a big gift-giving time. So being a father, it should be fun. Otherwise, have a great weekend, and I will be in touch with our members this Sunday night with our Secret Trader session. Have a good one, everybody. Bye now.